Let's move on to Invincible. Did you watch episodes 3 and 4?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. And now we have a long wait.
Seriously. How about you start with episode 3 and I'll start with episode 4?
Okay. So my score for episode 3, I gave it an 8. I liked it.
Okay.
I liked it a lot. I can't really talk about why without spoilers, but I thought it was good. They're still like, I think even with episode 4, they're still just like setting things up like crazy, so I'm hoping for some really good payoffs in the second half of the season. But yeah, I thought it was an interesting episode. They did some interesting things in that one.
They definitely did.
So I thought it was good. I liked it.
Okay. Let's see. So at episode 2, I believe I gave that one a 6. I think we both did. That was the fish one, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I definitely liked it better than that, but I'm not as keen on it as you are.
Okay.
I'll give it a 7.
Okay.
So I definitely think it's better in the second episode,
Yeah.
but I still like the first episode more. So yeah, first episode I gave an 8. Second one I gave a 6. I'll give this one a 7.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
And I'll tell you why when we get to spoilers. Like you said, I can't talk about anything.
Yeah. Okay, so let's give our score for episode 4 as well, and then we'll get into spoilers.
Okay. I loved episode 4, man. I really, 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 really enjoyed it. Still a couple issues, but overall, like I enjoyed it. It's by far my favorite episode. I would give this one a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, that's pretty similar to me. I'm like in between 8 and 9. I'm gonna stick with my 8, but it was definitely, I can't remember what we gave the first episode. But
was it 8 or 9? I don't remember either.
Yeah. I thought it was a really good episode. There's just a couple things that I wished like could have happened a little differently, but I thought it was a really strong episode as well. I really enjoyed episode 3 and 4.
Okay. I'm curious your thoughts on episode 3 specifically. So let's get into spoilers.
Yep, spoilers. Spoiler alert. Leave now if you haven't seen it.
Huh.
Okay, so it's been a couple weeks since I watched episode 3. One of the things I liked about episode 3 the most was, and it's sad too, but the Alan the alien. Since he showed up, I kind of wanted to learn more about him, and it was really interesting seeing like his home life and and they did that weird thing where they had like the credits in the middle of the episode, which was interesting, an interesting choice. I was very confused when they popped up.
Like, wait a second. There's almost 2 episodes.
Yeah, that's kind of what it felt like. So I really like the Alan the alien stuff. His fight with the Viltrumites was pretty cool. It's brutal. Poor Alan.
Brutal as always with the Viltrumites.
Yeah, that's the theme. But I also really liked Debbie's scene. That moment when you realize she's talking to the guy whose like wife got killed by Omni-Man. It's like, oh man, that had some real emotional weight to it.
His like hatred towards her too.
Yeah, that was rough because I almost expected him to be like, well, it wasn't your fault, or like, but he was like,
which is how it should be.
Yeah. So that was a rough scene.
I've been enjoying all of Debbie's stuff this whole season, to be honest.
Yeah.
More than I thought I would.
Yeah, that's what it is for me. I didn't expect to enjoy it as much, but I definitely do. And then it ended with the cliffhanger, and that was just like so exciting to see Omni-Man again.
Oh yeah, the ending was awesome.
So yeah, that's why I liked this episode. So what are your thoughts on it?
No, I agree with everything you said. Uh, for me personally, the the what's his face, the alien guy? What was his name again? I can't remember.
Alan? Alan the alien?
Alan. Because I wanted to know about him so much too, but it just felt like why now? I don't know. It was just weird to me. Like this very much felt like a like you
Yeah.
said, like more building up.
Yeah, that's one thing.
I
Like,
almost would have preferred a one-off episode like they did with Adam and Eve with Alan.
oh,
Or
true.
Adam
That
and
would have
Eve.
been interesting. Yeah. That might have worked better.
So that was my biggest issue. Like I liked it, but I wasn't like hooked like I am with the main
Yeah.
storyline.
To be fair, unless something crazy happens, they basically wrapped up the story. So it's not like there's another dangling
Yeah,
thread. It's so, but yeah, I could see what you mean. Like, there's so
although you
many
never
things
know.
going on now, and they're just
And it
diverting
kind
to
of felt
something
like
else.
yeah, for like half an episode almost.
Yeah.
Which I know they played into it with the narrator
Yeah. Which was
and the
kind of
end
funny.
credit scene, and I did like that stuff.
Yeah.
But but I didn't like it enough to give it above a 7. Like it wasn't like oh my god, this is amazing for me.
Yeah. Okay.
But of course the ending cliffhanger was awesome.
Yeah. And
And
seeing Seance Dog, that was kind of funny. Just
yeah, that was
random.
funny. I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah.
um, but yeah, I mean, and the other thing too is we didn't see a ton of all the other characters. I
Yeah.
don't know. They're just again, this is I guess a complaint, but like if they do it right, it won't be a complaint. It's like we both keep saying, there's just so many storylines. Like,
Yeah.
oh my god, like so many,
So many.
like freaking Game of Thrones style, so many.
Uh, yeah. Like they introduced
So,
those lizard men and then we haven't seen them in like 2 episodes. Like what? I don't know.
yeah, well, and then even Brainiac or whatever the heck his name is,
Yeah, true. We didn't see
and then
anything about
now you
him.
have that mixed with tying into episode 4, mixed in with the Viltrumites, that whole new storyline of like, hey, we're gonna destroy Earth if you don't
Yep.
conquer and listen to us. So it's like there's so many different like what's the main plot line? That or is it the Brainiac guy and multiverse stuff that we haven't even really dug into?
Yeah, I don't know.
There's so much. There's so much, dude.
Yeah.
I guess it's not necessarily a bad thing if they do it right.
Right. It could be if they screw it up, or it could be really good if
Yeah.
they
I
pay it
guess
off all
four.
well.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, with episode 4, I would give it a 9 because for me the good way outweighed my issues. Way outweighed. That's hard to say. My issues. I man, just with Invincible and Omni-Man. God, I know like people are saying the comics, it's about like it's not just about them. There's so many characters, and I agree. Like obviously, there's so
True.
many storylines. But my God, whenever Omni-Man is in there with
Yeah.
Invincible, God, it just makes it so much more intense. Like I feel like when I see them two together, it feels so much like much more heavy. Like the
Yeah.
storyline, does that make sense? Like
Yeah. Honestly, one of the like it was very subtle, but like at the very beginning when Mark and Nolan are like standing off, and then Mark goes in for a hug, you can see Nolan like rear back like he's ready to punch, and I thought that was a really
uh
subtle way to be like, yeah, he's still like ready to mess Mark up
oh, he's
if
still ready when he has to. Yeah,
yeah
and it was so interesting because so he really did turn good, I guess. But like even in the middle of the fight, he was like, "Why do I care for these freaking
yeah
things?"
that was pretty
You,
intense.
you could tell like in his like inner fight with him, like this is stupid. I like
Yeah,
I shouldn't care for these things. So, like it was really like, is he really gonna die?
I don't know, I have no clue. That's one thing, like
I mean,
I
I
don't
guess
know
they
what
could
they're
have
doing
been
with
another
that.
Omni Man for another universe, I guess.
True.
But that's my one issue with the multiverse is you could retcon so much.
Yeah, that's true. You can.
Um, But yeah, I think overall, so a couple issues I did have is I don't know. It was I don't want to say it was anticlimactic, but like I was wondering all season where's Omni-Man. I guess I wasn't expecting this,
Yeah,
like him
I
to
was
bug
not
people.
expecting this. Yeah.
So like, I mean, it's not necessarily. I mean, I guess it was a little anti. I don't know. I guess I expected more flair at first, but like, but at the
Yeah.
same time, it's like it doesn't bother me enough to like really be a criticism. It's more so like an observation, I guess.
Yeah. The brother
Um,
thing also I was not expecting. That was
I wasn't either, and
I'm
is that going to
interested to
be another
like what
storyline? You know?
happened to the brother is like did the Viltrumites take him or is Mark going to have to take him? Like I'm curious where they
Yeah,
go with that.
yeah, because they ran deeper into the caves, and then we never saw them the rest of the episode, right?
Yeah.
So maybe Mark takes them back to Earth.
Oh god. I wonder how Debbie's going to feel about that.
I know.
Uh
So that could be a very interesting aspect because that kind of, and then that's also they age differently. So, like, at what point does he become older than Mark? Like, how
yeah.
much faster they age differently because of the species, or is it because of the planet? Because of species, right?
I think it's the species, yeah.
So, like,
So
because they still said he's aging faster than normal human, but not as fast as those bug species.
right. Yep, so it's somewhere in
That's,
between.
so, like, because they said it was a year, right? And how old was that kid?
Yeah, I don't know exactly how old, but definitely older than a year.
Yeah. So that's
That's a
so.
good
I
point.
guess
So
that's
like eventually they'll be the same age and then eventually he'll be older. That's a weird, yeah.
yeah. So like maybe in the last few episodes or even next season. I don't read the comics, so I don't know what happens. But maybe like I don't know. That'd be kind of cool. Like him fighting with his brother.
Yeah,
Like well, fighting like together. Like
right. Yeah, that would be cool.
so that's another storyline.
Yeah, true.
I mean, so you got that whole aspect. You got the whole Viltrumites thing. God, Viltrumites are just brutal. They remind me of Klingons in Star Trek. They're just freaking brutal.
Yeah, they're pretty brutal.
Um, so then you got that storyline. Then you got, like I said, the multiverse thing. Then you got those lizard things, and then you still have the
Brainiac
global
guy,
tech, all those people. Oh, and then the duplicate guy or whatever, not duplicate,
the Martian guy,
the
Shapesmith.
Martian guy. And then you have the twins, the blue twin guys.
Yep, the Maulers.
You have a lot. There's so much, and that's good. So that's the reason I didn't give it a 10 out of 10. Is I don't think it's the best episode of the series.
Yeah.
Uh,
So
and there's still to it.
a couple of reasons why I didn't give it a higher score is um I still I don't know. Him being able to stand up and be able to live in that Viltrumite fight seems kind of like crazy to me with how crazy brutal the Viltrumites are.
Like slicing open stomachs and stuff.
Yeah. But I can like it didn't ruin my enjoyment, but I was still like, would that really happen? He just has to like not hold back and he'll survive. I don't know. Although he did,
Although his dad, Omni-Man, was helping a lot.
yeah, he was, and he did
And,
fight
and
Omni-Man, so he did see how Viltrumites fight. So you could make an argument for that.
like you were saying, like Omni-Man was trying to say, like you just hold back on Earth, don't hold back, kind of thing.
Yeah, like you literally can't hold back because you will die.
Yeah,
Um, and I thought the fight was good. I, but like with Viltrumites fighting Viltrumites, I want it to feel more like Man of Steel. That may sound kind of weird, but like in that movie,
yeah.
that's just like so
Oh yeah.
fast and like so much impact. I wanted to see a little bit more of that. And maybe we'll get that because I'm sure
Yeah, I
there'll
can
be
see
more
that.
Viltrumite fights. But it was definitely like brutal and violent, and I thought the fight was good. I was hoping for a little bit more, but it was still good.
Like it definitely wasn't like Mark and Nolan fight in season one
Yeah,
finale. Like,
yeah,
but so I can see that. I mean, the fight. I agree. I mean, it was brutal and it was cool, but when you're expecting, you're like almost like gods. You're
yeah,
expecting craziness. So, but maybe more so like on Earth. With the city around and stuff.
yeah, yeah. That's true. the environment may play a point in seeing
Um,
that kind of speed and yeah.
mhm. But no, yeah, I enjoyed it, and I know it's only half the season, but for me, it's still nowhere near season one for me. I don't want
Yeah.
to say nowhere near, but like it's not season one level for me
Yeah,
so
not
far.
yet.
And again, we saw 4 episodes,
Yeah. Yeah, definitely I
and
feel
I
like
don't
it could get there, but yeah, season 1 was
know
amazing.
how much of season one did we like more because it was so streamlined, like it was so focused. It felt
True.
like is that a big reason why? I'm trying to figure out why for me.
I don't know. It's also it was new. Like there's definitely that factor of like something
And
brand
I guess
new.
yeah,
Um
and no, and having the whole aspect of Nolan and Mark.
yeah,
Um,
and that honestly that fight between Nolan and Mark was like
God,
that
those
made
last
the
two
season.
episodes of season one, oh my god, dude.
Yeah.
But like you said, I mean, they're building up, so
Yep.
I'll reserve my judgment until the finale, and I'm still loving it. Like I still love it, obviously.
Yeah.
Better than Loki.
Your favorite.
My favorite. I love Loki show. I love it. Everyone loves it.
Oh yeah, and I have some other notes. There's still more we haven't even talked about in episode 4, like the whole Donald thing. Um
Oh, that's right. Yeah, another aspect. Yeah,
yeah, is he a
yeah.
clone or is he a robot? Like that.
Well, because he tried cutting himself and like he bled, but did like the knife bend or something?
Yeah, it was like broken, which makes me think he's like robot or android. Maybe he's rebuilt as
How
an
does that
android, or I don't
how's
know.
that work though? So it's just fake blood, fake flesh.
Well, android would have like some kind of I don't know. I don't know.
Because then he would have been, unless he is a clone. But yeah, maybe I don't know. I wonder where that's going. To be honest,
Yeah, I don't know.
like, is that a
'Cause-
big? I'm sure a lot of these are a big thing in the comics, right?
yeah, probably.
But like
But we're
for
just seeing the
me,
breadcrumbs
like
so far.
yeah, like for me that storyline is interesting. But like I keep thinking, like, why is this a storyline?
Yeah. What's the
Like,
payoff?
yeah, where's this leading to? He seems to become part of like the global or whatever they're called
Oh,
eventually,
yeah, I didn't even think about that.
which would be awesome if he did that because I actually like him as a character.
Yeah, he's he's an interesting character.
Um, but yeah, I'm just upset we gotta wait so freaking long.
I know. Oh, and the Adam Eve storyline where she was like fighting that guy with the blaster arm and then the
Oh yeah, what was going on with that?
I don't
Like,
know. I
what's
feel
up with
like she is losing faith in her powers or like not wanting to use them anymore more and more because of her dad
because what happened?
and what
Yeah,
happened. Yeah.
so is that just like a villain of the week kind of thing for her?
Yeah, I guess so. Which there's just so much in the show. It's crazy.
I don't like. I'm watching it, and I swear, if you like don't pay attention for 5 minutes, you miss a whole storyline.
Yep.
But
Yep.
because they keep moving to these different storylines.
Yep. Oh, and Debbie in the fourth one, she's like back on her feet, which was good to see.
Yeah, I like that conversation she had with what's his face.
Yeah, I forget his
Uh,
name, but
always, always like you pretty much lived without him. He was always gone.
yep.
Like you're the reason why
And you're the
this world's
stronger
taken.
one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm
that
like
was
that's a
good.
good pick. I could see that convincing her and having a change of heart.
Yep.
Shoot, it convinced me. Um, man, I did miss a lot. There's so much.
Yeah, there's a lot in these episodes.
It almost makes you wonder. It's like 8 episodes enough with this kind of show.
I'm starting to think 8 episodes, 6 and 8 episodes are just too short for anything. It might as well be a movie at that point.
They're like,
Just I don't know.
yeah, and they're like 50-minute episodes too.
Yeah, and they're pretty long.
It's like maybe you're right. I think in anything, I think 10 is like the for me. I think 10's the perfect amount.
Yeah.
There's not too much
Especially
fluff, but you can.
for the like 40 to 50 minute episodes, I think 10 is good. For like shorter ones,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
could see longer.
Oh yeah, if
But
you're talking like comedies or something, or
20,
I guess your
20
anime
minute,
and stuff.
yeah,
Like yeah.
anime, yeah.
Um. But yeah, that's pretty much all I had on on
Yep.
on
When
Invincible.
does episode 5 come out? In like 6 months or something?
Yeah, they said sometime of early next year, so I'm gonna assume I don't know April, May,
Okay.
June.
Yeah.
I think in the first half sometime,
Okay.
but I think later first half. I don't quote me on that. I think
Yeah.
that's what they said.
Dang.
So, which is annoying because we only got 4 episodes.
Yeah. And a pretty
Like,
big cliffhanger with the whole what is Mark gonna do? What's happening with Nolan? Yeah.
yeah, this saying Ultraminds, dude. If those guys didn't exist, it would be a lot easier.
Yeah, and there'd still be plenty to do, apparently.
Oh yeah, like, yes, seriously. There definitely be plenty to do.